The old piano. The old piano stood in the hall. Sometimes the dust was wiped of it, and his black sides began to shine almost like before. More and more often various things were piled on its top, and the piano began to feel like some kind of bedside table. This feeling made it sad and empty. A string rang quietly somewhere in the black depths of his being. Memories sounded flowing like waves of music, which was his essence, his happiness, his purpose. Laughter was heard from the room, and a cheerful song sounded from his young fellow, electric, shiny, and most importantly, recognized by people. The piano listened to this unknown music, sometimes flew away into the oblivion and enjoyed, and sometimes it sang along, his being responding to the familiar sounds. One day, the old piano heard someone say some unfamiliar words. "Pick up, free of charge." They wiped him with a soft cloth again, and a folder of papers was carelessly thrown into its lid. What is it? What? Suddenly, someone's gentle, trembling fingers removed the folder, opened the cover that has not been opened for years, and touched the keys. The sound was a little plaintive, with a slight old rattle. He always recognized these hands, which many years ago played scales and etudes with their small fingers. It was her, its little sweet friend. It was long ago. Now she's as old as he is, but her wrinkled fingers gently touch the keys. A familiar melody fills the house with sadness, tenderness, memories. It was Felicity. Next day, the workers came. They threaded white straps under its black scratched sides and dragged the old piano away from his home into the unknown. Some people were hustling around, and only the eyes of a small, quiet old woman watched this procedure with sadness. In these eyes, there was something more than tears and sorrow. Something very important was taken out of the house along with the old instrument, taken out forever, from her fate, from her heart, from her life. The old piano creaked and moaned. It was afraid. It once heard the word dump and vaguely understood that it meant something terrible. It can't be. But then a door on another floor opened. The workers dragged their heavy load into an unfamiliar apartment and pushed it against the wall. Someone opened its lid. "Hello, buddy, we know each other, don't we?" A familiar voice from the past. Those confident, familiar fingers. "Who is this?" Yes, it's him, of course it is. The tuner, my healer friend. "Well, dear, shall we get some treatment?" The tuner said in a professional tone and got started. They worked together all day and were both very happy. The tuner was typing in something, checking and listening. The piano tried its best to help, listened and pointed out the painful places. How wonderful was it? "Well, it's ready, mademoiselle. Here you are. A good instrument. They don't make things like this anymore. It's all plastic and electronics. Here is real sound, yes, sir." Someone's small, gentle fingers touched the keys timidly at first, then more and more confidently. What a familiar etude. The joy of renewal and gratitude mixed with the sadness of memories. The doorbell rang. A grey-haired woman entered the room with excitement. "Hello, we are very glad you agreed. We were very lucky that, together with the instrument, we found a teacher for our girl. Moreover, in our neighborhood. It's a miracle." The old piano silently said its usual, afraid of scaring away his huge, impossible happiness. The lid was open again. The grey-haired woman and the young girl smiled at each other and gently touched the keys. The sounds of music filled the room, and something incomprehensibly important changed at that moment in the whole world. Ah.